Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Copper Dragons here, and I'm gonna be trying to play some more Final Fantasy 16. Uh, let's just hop right in and continue the game. Honestly, I don't remember where I left off last time. But either way, let's just try and see what I can do.
Let's see if this
Um,
happens.
maybe I can find that hooded figure wait, actually, I remember what I did last time. There was like some kind of weird hooded figure.
Be a fallen ruin.
Who I'm assuming is Joshua.
It's perfect.
Because
Built
it would only make logical sense, considering he's the only one that would
like this.
fit in that kind of situation, I'm gonna turn off my mic. Alright, now, I don't know when I'm gonna be at the hideout next to change out more outfits and, get better gear. But I should be able to win this fight that's about to come up relatively easily. Because those are like robots that I gotta fight, like miniature, like kind of robots, but not really.
What do we do?
So yeah. I want to mostly swap out Torgal and Jill's outfit. That's the main ones I want to swap out the most of. Yeah, I should be able to win this relatively easy. Mostly because, there's not much else I can really, that I really have to worry about past this fight. Hopefully I can get to at least level 20, after this fight. Because I've been wanting to get to level 20 for the past couple videos, actually. Well, at least I'm getting close to it. I'm getting closer and closer with each video. So, yeah. I want to get to at least level 40 by the end of this series. Because I know that's something I know I gotta do. I want to get to at least level 40 or 50 by the time I reach the final boss. Yeah, I haven't had too much struggle with this game. Not even in my first playthrough where I had next to no experience with the enemies and stuff. If they were just really easy to deal with, anything. Like there was just not much difficulty from this game. Like, yeah, there's been some enemies that were relatively difficult, but not many. Even the enemies that, were relatively more on the difficult end, they didn't take me more than like 2 attempts, actually, like 2 or 3 attempts to finish.
This must be what the fallen
You know?
kings were like before they fell.
Alright, let's just see what I can do. Hopefully I can see what I need to do. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna check and see how much I need to level up. 8 experience. So that's like what? Only like 1 or 2 enemies to level up? Yeah, that's not much the experience that I really need to get to level 20. So let's just try and find any and all enemies. So that way I can actually try and get to the next level. Yeah, I don't want to use my magic too much, because, well, it just kind of makes the battles cheap. Like, I want to get up close and personal with the enemies instead of just overly relying on my magic. Like, it would just be kind of pointless for me to use the cheap way of fighting, like magic, at a constant basis, instead of actively using my primary weapons and skills. Like, that would be the cheap way of going about it. Also, by the point that the difficulty really starts amping up, the game, you should, like, be uber mega powerful by then. So, yeah. Alright, let's just see what I can do. Also, I should be releasing some more Walking Dead videos soon. I know I already got a couple coming out today.
Then let's give it one.
By the time this video came out, I know I got some, but, I mean, like, finishing up the season. So yeah. You know, the season that I'm on anyways. Okay, let's just see what I can do here. Alright, let's just try and take out this enemy here. So that way I can actually win. Yeah, none of this is helping me out too majorly. You know? Especially since this weirdo has a lot of health. Okay, I gotta just try and avoid taking as much damage as humanly possible. Mostly because there's just not much I can really do to avoid taking damage. You know? Yeah, I gotta work on dodging more. That's the one thing I know I gotta work on the most. And also dodging while dealing damage, too. Okay, let's just try and take out this weirdo, this Fallen Guardian. So that way I can actually move on with the rest of the game. Wow, this has taken about as much time for me to actually finish as some of the later game bosses. Like, that's crazy to think about. How this one, I don't even think it's like a mini boss or anything. I don't even think. But even then, I think it's taken me like about the same amount of time as some of the late game bosses. Either way, let's just try and get out of here. I don't know where to really go past this. I don't know why I used my magic there. I was trying to open up that crate to see what was in it. But it's fine. Either way, let's just try and, you know, finish up the rest of the game. Also, keep in mind, there are, like, you know, like how I got Garuda, right? Well, you can actually get more icon types. Yeah, I just won't specify which ones, because there are a lot of them. Okay, let's just try and take out these weird bomb enemies. Also, they are called bombs, so yeah. Might not want to deal with them too heavily. Okay, let's just try and take out this bomb. So that way I can, you know, deal as much damage as possible. I'm already at level 20. That's pretty good. Honestly, one thing I want to try and do in the future is try and stream this game. I don't know if I'm going to have the ability to, because there's also a lot of other games I want to try to stream too on top of this. So, I don't know if I'll ever have the ability to stream this game before I finish it. But yeah. Let's just try and work through the plot, though. Maybe I can, you know, get through a decent portion of the game here. I don't know what percent I'm at, because I've already finished the game before. So yeah, I've already finished up the entire plot, so meaning that the percent is at like 100, and it doesn't change with every new playthrough. So yeah, the counter doesn't reset at that point. So I don't know how far I am into the story. Let's just see what I can do. You know what? I'm gonna pause the recording real quick to look and see how far I am into the game. Yeah, it turns out I'm not even halfway through. It says that I'm about 20 to 30% of the way done with the entire game. It says, so yeah. Just give an estimate around there and you should be right. Or at least close to it anyways. Let's just try and take out this Fallen Guardian here. Since I need to try and deal as much damage to this thing as possible. I just gotta try and take this thing out. Okay, let's just try and see what I can do to take this thing out. Yeah, it's staggered, so if only I'd still had some of my skills prepared, then I could have, you know, all this prepared out, you know, far better than what I do now. Okay, let's just try and take this thing out, this Fallen Guardian. I just gotta try and see what I can do. Like, the Fallen Guardian easily is the most difficult enemy I gotta fight, because it has the most health and the highest defense. You know? And it is the one that I think can deal the most damage. Okay, let's just try and heal up. Let's just try and take out these weird soldier things, though. I also need to try and deal some damage to them. Okay, let's just try and use some of these skills that I've built up. You know, since I kind of have a little bit left of that. I just gotta try and beat this Fallen Guardian. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can. Yeah, I'm gonna have to heal up using a potion. There's just no way I could have won that fight if I didn't. Okay, let's just try and pick up this enemy here. So that way I can, you know, at least do a little bit of damage. Okay, I think it's dead. There we go. That's 76 XP. Alright, let's just try and keep moving. Wow. I don't even know how many videos I've made on this game, and I've already made it this far in. Like 20 to 30% of the way into the game. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. Either way, let's just try and take out these enemies already. So that way I can, you know, at least have a little bit of a win strategy and a win con. You know what? You know what's weird? You know what? I'm not even going to bring it up because that actually goes into spoiler territories, come to think of it. Because it was about this game. So I'm not even going to say it because it goes into spoiler territories. Let's just try and take out this bomb. Yeah, I gotta just try and see what I can do. Let's try and take out this bomb. You know, so that way I can at least have a little bit of extra safety. I hate Garuda's abilities. They're just so weak in comparison to other abilities you get later on. Now, yes, it's the first ability that you unlock after Ifrit's abilities. Like, yeah, I won't deny that part, but still, it's just so weak. It's weak even in comparison to Ifrit's abilities. You know? Like, that's the main reason why I hate using Garuda's abilities. Because it's just so weak. It's just for spam damage, if anything, and it just makes the battles kind of cheap, if anything. And even then, the spam damage it does isn't that powerful. You know? Like, it gets so quickly outmatched by other spell types. Like, it gets outclassed immediately by other spell types, because the only one you have up to now is just Ifrit, and even then, it gets outclassed by that. Like, that's the part I hate about using Garuda's ability. It's just the weakest ability in the game. You know? Like, there's just no major point to using it. You know?
I don't like this.
Crap, I'm gonna have to take out this weirdo. And he's clearly worse than the Fallen Guardian, judging by the emphasis this is putting onto it. You know?
The feeling's mutual.
Like, I just don't really like dealing with too many big enemies all at once. Like, I really don't. Like, you know, because it's just so needlessly... It's just meant for placeholders, if anything. Just putting too many big enemies in one place. You know? But yeah, at least I actually am doing some pretty decent damage to this thing. And it hasn't done too much to me. Okay, let's just try and see if I can do anything. Yeah, I gotta just try and heal up. Okay, let's just try and win. Because it's already dealt some pretty decent damage. Okay, it's already got some pretty decent damage on it, so let's just try and see what I can do against it. I gotta get the Phoenix powers, you know, more unlocked. Okay, let's just see what I can do here. I gotta just try and use the Phoenix powers, you know, since, well, technically it's more of Ifrit's powers, since, you know, it is Vibes and he doesn't have the Phoenix, he has Ifrit. So yeah. Let's just see what I can do. I gotta just try and take out as much of his health as possible. yeah, that should, like, the only thing I can see Garuda's damage doing, like, being useful, is, like, mostly just getting the stagger bar down. That's the only thing I can really see it being useful for. You know, alright, let's just see what I can do. I don't want this attack going off. I really don't. You know, because it's just way too powerful for me to, you know, I think it might be, like, close to one hit. So yeah. Don't want to bring too much damage to Clive, since he's the only one I really am kind of forced into keeping alive, since he's the only one with a health bar. The other characters, they're basically, you know, like, if they are killed off, then it's basically just story reasons. I don't even have to worry about them, like, at all. You know, because they don't even have their own health bar. And even then, it's like permanently keeping them dead, not temporarily like you would after a battle. You know? Like, it's not like that. It's more or less just keeping them permanently dead throughout the story if they do end up dying. You know? So yeah. This guy's, the Iron Giant is almost dead. Did they seriously name this enemy after the movie? Because if they did, that's kind of hilarious to think about. Basically turning the Iron Giant into the exact opposite of what his story was trying to tell. Like, trying to turn a weapon. Like trying to say, what if a weapon didn't want to be a weapon? And trying to keep it as a weapon. You know? Like they're just trying to keep that Iron Giant as a weapon. Instead of taking the Iron Giant's movie story of what if a weapon didn't want to be a weapon. You know?
It's done.
What are these creatures? And why do they keep attacking us?
Alright, let's just see what I can do.
Asking themselves the same
Because,
thing.
honestly,
We're the ones
I really want to
responsible.
just get through the rest of this
They're just
game,
protecting
to be
their
perfectly
home.
honest. So, yeah. Hopefully I can make some decent progress regardless. So, yeah.
Jill, look.
Oh, yeah, before I forget to mention, yesterday I tried to release a GTA 5 video. I only got one mission done, though. But for some reason it kept bugging out. I don't know why. But, yeah. Hopefully none of the videos I got coming out today will have the same fate. I really hope. But yeah. Let's just try and get through the rest of this video though. To see what I can do. Alright.
Is that some kind of mural?
Yeah,
Closer
this
look,
doesn't
whatever it
look
is.
too good, if I'm being honest. Because it does seem kind of dangerous, like big and dangerous. Alright, let's just try and collect some of these items here, since I know that there's some. Alright, that's a potion. I need more potions. Especially like regular and high potions. Because I'm kind of running low on both, if I'm being honest. Wait, hold on, I'm gonna pause the recording to see how long I've been actually playing for. So yeah. Wow, I've only been playing for about 20 minutes now. That's kind of crazy to think about, if I'm being honest. Either way, let's just try and get through this gate. I want to make my videos, like, I know that I've been, you know, making my videos relatively shorter here recently. I want to try and work on that and get back to at least the minimum of 30 minutes per video. I want to get back into that groove because I haven't been working on that well enough here recently. So yeah, mostly because I've been a little bit sick for the past, I want to say, few days, couple weeks, I want to say. So yeah. But I've been trying to keep on the YouTube grind. So yeah. That doesn't look too good.
All right then.
I just hope that isn't going to be an automatic defeat type enemy, like a scripted defeat. Because that would be like a cheap way of going about things. Okay, let's just try and collect some of these items here that I know are scattered around the map. You know what? Never mind. Let's just try and take out this weirdo. Yeah, seems like he's about to stagger. If anything. So let's just try and get his stagger meter down. Okay, there we go. Alright. I got stagger meter pretty good. I just need to try and take out the rest of his health, though. Since there's not much else I can really do. Besides defeat this enemy. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can to take him out. Okay, I gotta just try and win. Yeah, I got up to 6 precision dodges. That is easily the highest I ever got on any sort of precision dodge chain. Like, that's crazy to think about. I think that's the highest I ever got on any precision dodge charge. So, yeah. Hey, at least I won.
What the hell was that thing?
It looked like
the others.
it was pretty
It would seem
powerful,
this
if
place holds even
anything.
more secrets than we thought.
Alright, let's just try and collect some of these items here. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna pause the recording again. Alright, sorry about that. Just had to check and see how long I've been actually going for and how long that battle lasted me. That only lasted me a max of like 2 minutes. That's crazy to think about. It's crazy how these fights that, would have taken me far longer in my original playthrough, being so easy now because I actually know what to do against them and actually know the controls of the game. But yeah, come to think of it, I have a bit of a photographic memory whenever it comes to controller layouts. Like if I get in the groove of actively using the controllers, then I basically have a photographic memory and can basically remember any output.
We're here.
Like, and I won't have too much issue with it.
Another fallen
wonder. Like, for example, if I constantly use a PlayStation controller, like I have been, I get in the groove of that. Like, if I use it for a certain amount of time. Then if I, use a Switch controller, or a Nintendo-based controller for long enough, then I should get in the groove of that controller, too. I don't know about Xbox controllers, and I know that I won't be able to with PC keyboards, as, keyboards are just too, widespread for my fingers to actually reach, so that won't be too helpful with me, because my fingers are kind of itty-bitty. Yeah. They're really small, so the best thing that I can use them on is controllers. That's the best fit for my hands. Since, they're easily the only thing that I know I can for certain use. Alright, there we go. That's those enemies defeated. Let's just try and, get this thing activated. Alright.
Did something.
Now let's just see what I can do here. I think I got 2 left now. I think I could be wrong though. Alright, let's just see what I can do. I don't know where else to go, to be perfectly honest. Let's just try and find a new path. Maybe I can, go around. I don't know where else to go. I think it might be over here, come to think of it. So let's just try and activate this. And just see what I can do. Man, I just now realized, if Joshua had to go through this as a kid, oh god, that's kind of horrific to think about. That's terrible to think about, considering he got the Icon of the Phoenix. with like as a kid. He got it as that title as a kid, meaning that you know,
It isn't a dead end after all.
he most likely had to go through all of
Apparently
this.
not.
You know. All right, I'm gonna pause the recording real quick. Wow, that only took me like 4 minutes to get through both of those. Wow. That's kind of crazy to think about how long it took me to get through all of that. Like, it only took me 6 minutes to get through, well, the start of that with that one weird, jiggly, no bones looking
Seems to
enemy.
lead to this room.
And look what's
And then,
in it.
all of those other gates that I needed to activate
How old do
this.
you suppose this
You
is?
know?
1,000 years? More?
I don't know. I've never seen anything like it before. Who is that in the middle, do you think? Some sort of god.
That looks like Ifrit. You know? Like, there's just no chance that isn't Ifrit. You know? It clearly is. Yeah, you're about to learn who that hooded figure is that Clive's been seeing throughout the game. So, yeah.
You're him. The second dominant of fire. Who are you?
Yeah. It was pretty obvious if you think about it. So yeah. You're about to see that I brought up earlier. I think, I think it's like a mirror match. So yeah, it's a mirror match. Clive against Clive. So yeah. Also, I think that this will unlock a new ability too.
I'm back.
So yeah. But not in the stereotypical kind of way. You know, like that you're probably thinking of.
Joshua!
You know. So yeah.
Stop it! Please! Stop!
Wasn't that the same dialogue that we saw whenever, you know, this scene first played out?
I did this. I killed him.
Yeah, wasn't that already explained though? Like, wasn't that already explained that Clive was the one who killed Joshua?
To be his shield.
You know, wasn't that already explained?
He gave me
Like,
his blessing.
I want to say a couple videos
He
ago.
asked me to keep him safe.
You know?
I should have protected him that day.
So yeah.
It was my duty.
Clive.
Joshua. I'm sorry. I failed you. Joshua died. I killed him. And I blamed another.
Yeah, it was
for what
pretty
I did,
obvious.
to spare myself the guilt. I feared the bite.
Wasn't it already revealed that Clive killed him? Because why else would he put himself in that jail cell naked if he didn't realize that he was the one who killed Joshua? You know?
And now?
Like,
Are
it
you
was
ready to
stupid.
accept the truth?
You know? Why he's only just now realizing
I
that.
know it won't be easy,
You know,
guys.
after all this time.
must
It was
do.
so stupid. If
So
you
that
think
Joshua's
about it.
soul
You
will
know?
finally rest in peace.
Like, that was kind of stupid to think about. You know? Uh... Alright. Let's just see what I can do. I have to fight Ifrit, I think.
No matter how bitter the truth awaits me,
Yeah.
I'll press on.
I just have to win against Ifrit. And that's gonna be a pretty difficult task to ask of, for obvious reasons. So yeah, especially since Ifrit's like a giant compared to me. So let's just try and see what I can do here. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do too well, if I'm being honest. Okay, let's just try and avoid taking as much damage as possible, because I really don't want to deal with too much. Okay. Now let's just try and do whatever I can. Let's just try and, you know, just try and do whatever I can to deal damage to Ifrit. Crap, I just have to keep dodging. I have to work on dodging, like, a lot better than what I have been. You know, for fights like this. You know, like, especially since there's not much else I can really do to win. Okay, let's just try and take down Ifrit already. Okay, I gotta just try and deal as much damage as humanly possible. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can to Ifrit. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can. I don't know if I can win this or not. But I have had a lot of preparation for fights like this. You know, with a whole playthrough, and then with all of this. So I've had a lot of time to prepare for these fights. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can. I just gotta win. I've already dealt a lot of damage to Ifrit. Okay, that's a stagger. That's good. Let's just try and win. There's already a lot of damage dealt to Ifrit. So let's just do whatever else I can to take him out. Okay, I'm close to winning. All I gotta do is just deal this damage right here. There we go. I wasn't expecting to win that, especially since I didn't have full stock of potions. So yeah. Alright, let's see what I can do. Clearly, Ifrit wasn't defeated. Clearly. Yeah, this fight's clearly a mirror match. It's gonna be a lot more difficult to know what the camera should be focusing on in mirror matches in a free camera game. You know? So let's just see what I can do against this alternate Clive. So that way I can win. Wait. Why am I not using the Buster Sword here? I should be using the Buster Sword. Why am I not using it, though? Let's just try and see what I can do. Let's just try and use some of my abilities on this Infernal Shadow thing. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can to win. I gotta just try and do as much damage as humanly possible, so that way I can actually, get past this fight already. Okay, let's just try and, use some of my Phoenix abilities. Okay, there we go. That should be dealing some major damage here. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can to take out this Infernal Shadow. Yeah, this thing has a lot of defense. That's easily the worst part about this fight, in my opinion, is just the sheer amount of defense that it has. I want to use the Buster Sword again. I don't know if I'm going to be able to use it, though. It just seems like out of reach, if anything. Yeah, that's similar to the form I was telling you about earlier. While this kind of looks like Dante, like from Devil May Cry, that kind of looks like, you know what I'm talking about, I'm assuming. Let's just try and do whatever I can to win this fight. Okay, let's just try and deal as much damage here as humanly possible. So that way I can win. Okay, I got some high potions. I don't even have Torgal to heal me up. Yes, he does have that ability to heal up Clyde. If you, for example, if you press left on the D-pad, I think that you should be able to have that ability, Torgal's abilities. If you play it right, that is. I gotta try and just take out the Infernal Shadow already. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can to deal damage. I don't know how much damage. Okay, he's about halfway dead, so all I gotta just do is just try and do whatever I can here. Okay, let's just try and avoid these attacks. These fire streams. So that way I can actually see what I can do. Wow, I'm already beating my record for, precision dodges by at least 10. That is crazy to think about. I've beaten my record twice in one video. Yeah, I know I'm ever gonna beat this record again. If I'm being honest, I doubt I have any opportunities to actually beat this record of 17 precision dodges. Yeah. Let's just see what I can do, though. Just to try and do whatever I can to win. Because he's already pretty low on health. Okay, let's just try and win this with all my might. Okay, I gotta just try and do whatever I can to win this. Because there's not much health left on this weirdo, on this Infernal Shadow. Okay, let's just try and get him as low as I can. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to win this fight with, the resources I have left. Hopefully I can, but I doubt it. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can to win. Okay, I'm doing pretty well in this fight. Alright. I don't know if I can win this.
No escape, eh? It's all right. I'm done running from you.
Yeah, I need to access that ability to be able to fully mirror match this.
Together.
I just really want to use that new form. It's activating. Thank God it's activating too, because that can also heal up too. That can heal me up. Like, if I run out of health, I can just activate that form if I have enough charge for it. Then I can get back some health. And also it charges up after attacks too, so that's really useful. Let's just try and do whatever I can to win this fight against the Infernal Shadow. I just gotta do whatever I can. It's just all I really have left to do to win this fight. Okay. That's some pretty big damage right there. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well in this fight. Let's just try and do whatever I can to stagger him again. Yeah, I have infinite charge on this thing for this fight. You won't have that casualty in later fights. With this ability, I don't think. So yeah. You won't have that pleasure in later fights. Just keep that in mind. Okay, let's just try and do whatever I can to win. I just gotta do whatever I can to win this, against the Infernal Shadow. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well so far. Yeah, he's pretty low on health. Alright, it's an Ifrit fight. Let's mirror match. Hopefully I can use Ifrit. Hopefully I can anyways. I don't know though. I don't remember exactly how this fight plays out. I don't really remember too much. But yeah.
I know the truth of it now.
Yeah, let's just do whatever I can to win this. Honestly, that line kind of went a little hard. I can't deny that. Why does he kind of look like Godzilla? I can't be the only one who thinks that. You know? Let's just see what I can do to win this fight. Yeah, I just really want to get past this already so I can end the video. You know, so that way I can actually, you know, do whatever I can to move on to other games. You know? Alright. I just gotta try and take out the rest of this Ifrit's health. There we go. That should be the last hit I need to get done. Alright, there we go. That's the end of the fight. Thank God, because that dragged out for way longer than what it felt like it should have. You know? Alright, let's just check and see how far this is into the game. Alright, turns out it's about, 20% of the way into the game. It says, for what the guide says, I don't know how accurate that is, because I've received 2 different percents for how far I am into the game. Both of them vastly far apart. So, yeah.
Clive, are you all right?
Jill. It's nothing.
Alright, let's just see what I can do. I gotta just try and get past this area already. Yeah, Clive's clearly going through a lot here. So, yeah.
No more chasing shadows. The hooded man isn't here. We should go.
Clive, are you sure you're all right? Whatever it is, you can tell me.
I had a hard enough time telling myself. I awakened as a dominant of fire, right here in this castle, and I've been running from it ever since.
All right.
Now I know for certain who I really am.
Yeah. Honestly, I really like this game, but I just want to try and get through it already.
The second icon of fire.
In the future, I'll try and
Killed my
stream
brother
some
and
segments
burned
of
this
this
castle
game.
to the ground.
Like maybe like do 1 or 2
Was me.
streams on it, maybe 3.
Freed.
Clive.
You know, if I don't beat the game by
I
then,
took
anyways.
so many lives that night.
So yeah. Also, I won't be doing the
Destroyed so many
DLC because
including yours.
I just feel like that's kind of pointless. Because like the DLC send you back before like you finish up the main story, but
And I
it
must
takes place
atone for the
like you have
crimes
to
I've committed.
activate it after. So
But
I
not
just feel like it
before
would be
I learn
kind
the
of
whole
pointless.
truth.
You know?
How can a second
Like you have to
fire
beat the
even
game,
exist?
then go
Why
back
was I chosen as its dominant?
before you fight the final boss
Who is the hooded man who brought us here?
to start the
does he
DLC. So I don't really see a point. You know? For that reason alone. You know?
I need to know. And since I'm still breathing, I might as well make myself useful.
We'll find your answers together. I want to learn the truth too. There'll be time enough for atonement when we're done.
I was hoping you'd say that. I don't think I could do this without you. You never were one to hide from the truth. Even when we were young. And you haven't changed a bit.
You're wrong. I have changed. But I don't want to be that person anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep my mic off for the rest of this cutscene. So yeah, if I go weirdly quiet, that's why.
And yet, they're what brought us back together.
Thank you, Jill.
If he is here,
Yeah, that's Joshua right there.
the disturbance I felt at the care must have been
Clearly he was still alive.
confounding.
Clearly he
The hours later
was.
than I thought.
It was obvious considering, well, the Phoenix's main gimmick in every piece of media is coming back from death. So tell me, why wouldn't it be obvious why the icon of the Phoenix wouldn't come back? Tell me why that shouldn't be obvious. You know?
Tell me, who did this, or I'll see you suffer the same fate.
The man who delivered the coffer said Sid paid him.
Oh my god, what a cornball.
Let you run amok with the rest of your rats, and this is how you repay me?
Oh my god, this is so corny of line delivery. Like, whoever did Kuka, which is that guy's name, whoever did his voice acting could have done leagues better. You know? He could have done so much better. Like, he's hardly even putting in any effort. Like, at all. Like, all you can really tell he's doing is just an accent. You know? That's all you really can tell he's doing. That's the only effort he's really putting in, if anything. And that's easily what I hate about Kupka as a character. You know? It's just that he's not putting in any effort. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that the voice actor could improve, but he just needs a lot of work to get this stuff done. You know? Alright, let's just see what I can do here. man, this one segment took me way too long. You know, like it had taken way longer than expected. Hopefully I can get back to the hideout or whatever. You know, so that way I can actually see what I can do. And save and end the video. So yeah. Alright, never mind. I won't be heading back to the hideout. I'll just have to end the video here. Be sure to like and subscribe.
So, what next?
I'll see you in the next video.
We return to East Pool.
Bye-bye.
I promise that...